this. The best way I think I can do this is actually go to YouTube and see if I'm live. That's the only way I'm thinking this is going to work. Okay, hold on, guys. If you are there, I have to make sure that my sound is on. Um, Let's see here. Come on, I want to make sure so I don't have to repeat this over. It should show that I'm live right now. It should. Hmm, where is it? Um, I don't know. I'm testing sound live. I guess I gotta go back through and listen to this. Then I'll know for sure. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna probably have to come back. Because it doesn't, I thought I'd be able to hear myself. Okay, there I am. Let me test and see for sure that we are able to hear. Let me see. Okay, good. I am able to hear myself. Good. We're going to get into this today's topic, you guys. Happy Wednesday, you guys. Today's topic is going to be for my webcam models, of course. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. Those that are just now starting out in the business, those that have just been in the middle of the business, and those that are seasoned, like seasoned asada, right? On 4th of July. I've been in the business for over 16 years as a webcam model, and I am here doing this audio for you guys, this live audio. As we're going to get into today's topic, is 6 reasons why you're probably losing your big tippers and or your big spenders. Okay, and then I'll come back and do a video on or audio on 6 reasons again, in a different format with different reasons. So let me grab my glasses because I am old at 49 years old, you guys. Again, still in this business doing what it is that I do. And so we want to talk about the 6 reasons, right, why men, your clients, couples, women, whoever it may be that you mainly or mostly cater to, or a combination of all 3 or 4 or 5, whatever. And so we're going to go down my bullet points. Of course, I have Lady Stacy, which is my chat GBT, is to help me go down this list. And the number one reason, well, there is no they're in order, but that doesn't mean this one overweighs the other. So there's 6 reasons again why you're probably losing money in the business. Hi, I see you guys. Happy Tuesday. Go ahead and thumbs up the video for me, so that it can get out to the right people and things of that nature. But again, this is for webcams only. This is for 18 years of age or older, preferably 25 years in age of older, soft adult entertainment content. And I want to, again, get in the way of giving you guys these reasons why you may be losing your money as a webcam model, why some of your guys may not be coming through the way they used to or the way they started out. And this is one reason. Number one that I have on the list, they had a sudden windfall. Thank you so much for the thumbs up. So they had a sudden windfall. What does that imply? That means that these are guys that they had big money. They were coming in tipping you real good. You logged in. They always show up. They were consistent. And then all of a sudden, you don't just see a slow up. You see them disappear. These guys are completely gone. They don't tip you anymore. You're like, dang, what happened to Big Spender? I don't know, Joe, right? He might even have his username as Big Spender Joe. So he knows that, and you know that when Big Spender Joe is on, right, you are going to reach your goal in no time, your financial goal in no time, because of this reason, right? And so moving forward, you have that. And again, this is, they may have a sudden windfall. That implies that big tips can come from a profitable month, a bonus sale, or just extra disposable income. And once it's gone, it's gone. You get what I'm saying, guys? Let's think of taxes, right? Out here in the US, people have taxes, and you do your taxes. So let's just say the fellows like, I got this big old income coming in. I'm gonna take care of the family. For those men that are married or taking care of mom or taking care of whatever their responsibilities, and after they've taken care of all of that with all this moolah they've gotten, like a settlement, they won the lottery, whatever it is, they come in and they're able to be your big spender. Let's just say for 6 months, you guys are strong, you're getting in there, right? And then all of a sudden it stops, right? Because in this windfall, it just stops, and you're like, dang, what happened to him? Well, sometimes, most times, don't take this type of guy personal, guys, right? Ladies, don't take him personal. He just got lucky or blessed for a season, right? For that whole year, possibly. And now You don't see him anymore because his moolah is pretty much gone, or he doesn't have as much as he had when he was coming on. Firstly, second, this is another reason why men may stop giving you the monies or tipping or coming through the way they used to. Life hit them hard. Okay, life hit them hard out of nowhere. Life hit them hard, and this could be a family emergency. This could be illness. This could be them losing their job, or financial strain can make them pull back. Right? There are many clients I've had. Again, being a webcam model for over 16 years, I've run into all types, y'all. The ones that do have and do tell me their personal business, and that do say, "Hey, babe. Hey, goddess. Hey, sweetie. Hey, queen. Family's going through it. My mama's sick. My mom's going through it." Or sometimes it could be the opposite as it relates to my daughter's graduating. Someone's going to traveling out of town. All these things. So life can hit them hard, but also life can hit them good, and they don't have the finances to basically back you anymore, so to speak. So that's number two. Number three. Okay, going down the list, why you may be losing your money, why the guys maybe not be hitting, it may not be hitting like it used to. Before I say anything else, ladies and gentlemen, because there are men in the webcam modeling industry as well, and I will be coming back and doing a video on my experiences as a webcam model mentor and mentoring men in the industry. And there are some differences. There are huge, not heavy on the huge, y'all, but there are huge differences as it relates to men who are in the industry and versus women, right? And how well do men actually do being webcam models? Again, I'll do that in the future. So look out for that video. Make sure you subscribe, you guys. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow. Make sure you like the video. So again, you can get those notifications. Number three, relationship accountability. Your biggest tipper, the guy that spends the most on you, he could just simply have relationship accountability. What does that really mean? That his wife, his girlfriend found out about what he's been up to, right? So all of a sudden, of course, the wife or the whatever, thanks for the thumbs up. The wife or the girlfriend's like, you know what? I can't do, not that I can't do this anymore. She's like, what the hell have you been doing? Our money, because it's their money if they're married, our money's been going towards you sitting online, jay offing to women, to other women. What is going on here? So their partner may have found out, or they may have recessed how much they were spending. The partner can look at the bank stubs or bank statements or whatever the case is, right? And go, oh my gosh, what the hell is Streamate? Or even though it's not going to probably state that on their bank statements, but you get what I'm saying. What the hell is this? I mean, where did this come from? And then when they find out, so again, you're going to see a slow up in your monies there, or a complete stop, unless they're sneaking, because there are some that just say, I'll open up another account and I just da 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 da, right? And as a sidebar, keep this in mind, even though some of these men are married, have girlfriends, or in relationships, ladies, there is a thing called the girlfriend experience, which is a role play, but there are men who do fall because we're human beings. I won't even say that this makes a man weak, but there is men and women who fall for each other, because there are some people that are more demisexual, right, than actual regular sexual, if I can say it that way, which means they're more emotionally connected, right? There has to be an emotional connection, and there are men that are demisexual as well, which simply means there are men that have fell in love with me, over the years of 16 years, because I am who the hell I am. No, no, because I'm sweet. I give counsel. I'm a spiritual counselor, certified spiritual counselor. So that's something I bring to my shows. I definitely do not take that away from my shows. I actually offer that. I say, hey, if you just want somebody to talk to, besides sex, you know what I mean? But sometimes these men are looking for intimacy as well. Someone where they can just not just release physically, but they can release emotionally. And even it doesn't mean that these men are opening up so much verbally and vocally. Sometimes it's a matter of just sitting across from another human being and going, yeah, today was good. My day was great. My day was nice. My wife didn't ask, but I'm glad you're asking. And I think most men understand that this is an act. We are acting and actresses. But again, even with acting and actresses or actors, you can still fall for people. We are still human. I don't care how emotionally detached. I'm an Aquarius all day. And yet I have yet to come to a place where I completely detach from human beings, because that's my core, right? I do still outside of all of what it is that I do in this industry, I still care about the well-being of humanity. That's just the way I flow. And men can sense that in me. And so since they sense that in me, my point is they will sometimes want to sit and just talk and chat, and then I tell them everything's going to be okay. Just, hug your wife more, see what's going on with the, so that kind of thing, right? And I'm not the only one who can contest to this as it relates to being a woman in the industry, who have actually, some might even go as far as to say, we've actually helped save, some marriages and some, what's it called, relationships, because we're like, hey, why you're over here, doing XYZ with us? I can't tell you. And again, I'm going long winded on you guys because I think it's an important mention. I can't tell you how many times I've asked men, does your wife or girlfriend know that you like a woman with long fingernails? Does your wife or girlfriend know that you have a foot fetish the way you do? Does your girlfriend or wife know that you like women? Because I'm a fetishist. That's my primary, as it relates to how I fall in the business. Does your wife know that you have a crutch fetish, which I'm going to come back and talk about? Does your girlfriend know or wife know that you like big hoop earrings? You know what I mean? Or a woman that wears furs and scarves and heels and pantyhose and pantyhose with the seams in the back. I'm just saying, and fishnets. Does your wife or girlfriend know this? And if she doesn't know this, why not? And especially as it relates to some of the fetishes that I do, this is regular stuff. We're not talking about some of this stuff is not even all that extreme. I promise it isn't. But again, it goes back to communication. And sometimes these men don't communicate with their wives or girlfriends. So it's women like us who know that part of it, right? So I just wanted to put emphasis there. Again, going down the list, why you may not be getting your money, why your money may not be showing up, why there's a halt on your monies from your big spender or big tippers. It's like, which way did he go? Where did he go? Why is he missing? What is going on? And again, we just discovered number three was relationship accountability. Simply put, the wife or the girlfriend found out that he was going to pay and see webcam models. And so, of course, she naturally, I almost want to say naturally, said, hell no, this has got to stop. And so he stops, right? Number four, self-reflection and limits, kind of tied into number three, but this is a part where he himself has said, you know what, I'm doing too much on here. I'm just doing a little bit too much. It's almost addicting. Why do I keep coming on these shows to see these women, these women perform? What's going on? I'm doing overspending. I'm not even being responsible. I didn't spend my last check, and we're not talking about men who practicing financial domination, which is a whole nother thing. We're not talking about the men who are willingly playing into the role play of being a financial, wanting a financial dominatrix to dominate him out of his finances. I'm not talking about that. I think even in that, these men are playing roles. These men are playing into the role of, hey, I don't mind if you take everything from me, and blackmail me and all those things. And again, I won't get into financial domination because this is not really what this live is about. It's about basically wanting to know where your money is going, where your tips are going, where did your big spender go, right? And just giving you some ideas of what may be happening. But again, going back to number four is self-reflection. He may have just said, you know what? I'm doing too much. I'm just doing too much spending with these women. I'm not able to keep up with my regular. And again, he may not even have a girlfriend or a wife or a lover or partner. It's just he's living alone. He's maybe barely getting by. And he realizes now he's dipping over into savings. He's dipping over into other things. He might even be seeing a therapist because he has starting to have this addiction, right? So again, a self-reflection and limit moment may have him just pull back from you getting your money, right? Just straight pull back, and you're like, okay. Again, number five, and again, these are six of them, you guys. So number five is that sometimes these guys will come on and tip you real big, right? They're tipping you really good. You're like, wow, I got me one. This is a really, really a good thing, obviously, because he, like I said, let's just say his name is Joe the Baller. Joe the Baller comes through. He knows he's got moolah, and all those things, and he just spending. He's kind of I won't say arrogant, but he knows his stuff. He's one of the top spenders. He knows he comes through. He knows that the other fellas recognize him as having all the money and the moolah in the room. And, everybody's like, go, Joe, go, because Joe is going to make sure that the room is live and lit. And, everybody's going to be everybody's going to get off, if you will, on Joe, even the fellows, because why? A lot of times these men that do have the means, do have the money, they come through, they pop off, they show off. They've been showing off, let's just say, with you for 2 months or whatever, faithfully. And guess what? Number 5 is they're exploring elsewhere. You're not the only model that he's tipping. He got other models that he goes in and he tips 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 tips, right? He goes in and takes private. Well, maybe big tippers actually, because they love bouncing from room to room. There's a distinction right there. And I'm glad I caught it myself, because privates, if you take a person in a private exclusive, as you guys know, that's time away from the public chat. So that's time away from them to just kind of chill and be with you for a while. But if a man wants to show off, now this is just applied to real life. If a man wants to show off, he don't want to show off in private, right? I mean, he's not expecting that the guys are going to be like, oh my gosh, you had her in there for like 3 hours. He's not going to expect that. What he's going to expect is going into this place of saying, you know what? I think I'm just gonna stay out here in public, a free chat, so to speak. Thanks for the thumbs up, guys. If I don't see the chat, it's because I'm watching I'm looking at my chat GBT, going through my points, my bullet points. So just bear with me. But anywho, because it disappears after I see them. But I do appreciate the thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe so you can get more of these goodies from yours truly. For those that are just now tuning in, I just want to recap and let you guys know I am a webcam model. I've been a webcam model fetishist for over 16 years in the business, but I've been in soft adult entertainment field for over 20. As my original gig, so to speak, in the business was a phone sex operator out in Hollywood. I'm out here in California, for those that wanted to know or was asking where am I located. I'm in California. But anywho, so yeah, I started out as a phone sex operator. Many 20, how old am I? 49, do the math. Actually, I was 18. It was my very first job. And so I've been in this business for quite some time. And it's definitely a job that I love. And it's not for me personally. If you're just now tuning in, it's never been about the numbers or the money. It's been about, me really enjoying what I do. Most of my shows, I'd say 98% of my shows are non-nude. So I just wanted to put emphasis there. Moving forward, where are we at, you guys? Number 5. And if I'm zooming, it's because I didn't have this coffee on. I think I made it a little too strong. But anyways, so number 5 is, again, remember, ladies, he could be going to other models. He's showing off elsewhere. He's like, you know what? Remember, he's Joe Baller. So Joe Baller is like, I got the means, I got the monies. Think about Joe Baller like if you were in public, right? Let's just say you see the guy. Again, I'm out here in California. So let's just say Hollywood. And you see this guy rolling through your town, right? Rolling through your town. And, he's in a convertible. He's got girls all in the back seat. He wants everybody to see that that's what he do. You know what I mean? He feels like he's big PIP and PIMP, and you get me? So, right? That could be one reason why your money's slow, because he's went on to the other women. It's kind of like the same context of sugaring, right? There are SDs who have more than one SB, right? We know that to be true, y'all. So that's another reason. So sometimes they're just sharing the love, so to speak, sharing the wealth with other models. And number 6 is spiritual or personal awakening. Basically, they may have found Jesus. Now, I'm a believer. One thing that I stand true on, I got to say it, before I get out of here, is that for those that know me for years in this business, I've never denied the fact that I'm a believer. I don't call myself Christian, but I'm definitely Christ conscious, Christ follower. I pray before my show. I pray during my show. When things get strange, I'll pause my show and say, Jesus, what's going on here? In a minute, I will log off and pray. So to these men, some of them, and shout outs to them for that, right? They have found some sort of religion, right? They don't have to necessarily be Jesus, but they have found some type of an awakening. They have come to their spiritual place in their life, and they're like, you know what? this fleshly stuff or this worldly stuff, or this is doing too much for me. I'm, keep in mind the nature of the business. And I hope I can say this even right here at YouTube. The nature of the business is these men come on to get off. Okay. They come on to get off. Right. And so when you think about it from a spiritual plane, when we talk about men and we talk about, them getting off, because I don't know if I could say the EJ word, right? But you guys doing that, that still is a very much spiritual act. It's the same. Let me go here. Orgasms in themselves is a spiritual act, in my very strong opinion. Background in psychology, background certified spiritual practitioner. So I understand the power between sexuality and spirituality. They go hand in hand. I don't care what nobody say. You cannot distinguish the two. So there are men who do come to their sexual awakenings and awarenesses and are like, oh no, I can't do this because I'm putting too much of my spiritual seed, so to speak. I'm putting too much of my good stuff, good soil, however you want to see it, out onto women that in their minds they could say that only want the surface. They only want money from me. They only want this. And they themselves can come to the awareness that they don't want to spread themselves too thin, right? Because why? Some, not all, but some of these men matter too. Not all of them. No, I'm just kidding. But some of these men matter too. And with that principle, I understand some have a right to just pull back, right? A human right, and say, you know what? I don't want to do that anymore. And, and I don't want to do that anymore. I want to be able to just basically come to a better awareness. These are men that might have found a girlfriend. I didn't put that. Let's just go with that. Number 7, they may have gotten in a new relationship. We're going to use that as a bonus, you guys. Men, you might see a slope in your monies because they literally not only have found Jesus, they have found the girl of their life. They met her at a coffee shop. They were like, oh my God, this is what I've been looking for all my life. And in his own heart, in his own spirit, he's like, I don't have a desire. Because we have to remember that a lot of times the men that come to see women like us don't just come to come. Can I say it again, y'all? A lot of times the men that come to see women like us don't just come to come. They come because some are bored, some are lonely, some don't have anybody else to talk to. And one thing I learned about sex and sexuality, but primarily sex, a lot of us, myself included, we can get involved with doing acts on a more, let's just say, advisory note. We can get into doing acts because we're simply bored, because we want to, we want to feel a human connection with someone, and it just so happens to lead to sex. A lot of times, again, that saying when people say, when a man says, oh, it just happened, right? When, let's say it's cheating or whatever, and they're like, oh, it just happened. Well, if that's the case and it just happened, right, and that's what's going on, then the truth is this: on a spiritual plane, right? I do believe to some degree it can just happen, because sometimes a person is not going into a situation or a relationship just to go ahead and be like, okay, let me just ruin my life and cheat on my wife or my girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever the case may be, or partner. Sometimes it's just a matter of them. Looking for friendship. Simply put, looking for companionship, looking for somebody to talk to, and things, again, I believe do just happen. And so it looks like I got to go ahead and close out because it's getting ridiculous, you guys, close out my chat because I'm trying to concentrate, and I'm going to need, I'm going to need to do that, and I'm going to need to do that. Okay, I think I did it. Am I doing it? Good. Okay, so we don't want to... Yeah, we want to make sure everything's A+. I don't need anything extra going on here. Good. Okay. I got that cleared out of the way. Didn't know I could do that. Yay, me. Anywho, so number 6 again, and we had our bonus. Sometimes they just find a relationship, So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, you guys. Yay, this video was done in 24 minutes. Usually that takes 40 or 47 minutes or to an hour, but I zoomed right through it. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thanks for the likes. If you guys are watching it from the replay, I appreciate you. If you do the same as I've said all the way through here, thumbs it up. Subscribe if you want to hear more content. If you have any questions regarding the business and experiences or some troubles that you may be having, go ahead and shoot in the text. And I love responding via audio, right? I love, they have an option in YouTube now. You could just reply to comments in audio form, which is cool because it saves time, and I think it's a little bit more genuine, right? You can hear tone and all that good jazz. But that's it for now. And guess what? I'm going to come back, you guys, and then I'm going to do the 6 reasons why your money is slowing up because of you. Not because of what the guys got going on, but because of you, right? Because of me, because of us as models. What are we doing, or what are we not doing that now all of a sudden, or not, because nothing usually is all of a sudden, but over time you see, oh my gosh, where's my big tippers? Where's my guys coming through? What happened to my big spenders? Oh my gosh. Sometimes it's not them and the 6 things that I mentioned earlier. Sometimes it's us. So we're going to get into what is it that we're, again, doing or not doing that causes a slow up in our funds or our monies or our tips or our privates or our content, what's it called? Sales and purchases and things of that kind of way. Anywho, you guys, bye for now. And again, stay tuned. I will take a small break, I think, and I'll come back with part 2 to this. Bye for now. One love kisses. Thank you guys for joining me. You guys will hear me or see me in the next one. Now, how do I end this live? I think, the little X. Boom, ba-dum, bum, bum.